everybody. We are actually in the same room.
Surprise!
Surprise! We're actually physically side by side. Soraya, Chelsea, we are coming to you to talk to you about another problem that people have in their business, which is, I don't have enough time. Nobody's ever said that, right?
Never. Not enough time? What?
Everybody has enough time all the time, right? Okay, so this is a problem that I have personally battled. Well, who hasn't battled this problem? I know I've battled this problem for a long time and have figured out how to get around it. You've probably done the same, right?
Yes.
We both have, family obligations and work obligations, and I know you do too. So if you have ever felt like you didn't have enough time to start a business, or once you've started your business, you feel like you don't have enough time to actually do the things that you need to do, we are going to help you, give you some tips, talk to you about the things that kind of trip people up, and then also give you a little bit of an offer on how we are going to coach you through this at the end.
That's right. So, this is weird because we're
I know,
together,
we're used to doing this on the screen.
Anyway, so one of the things, one of the ways I built my business, my first business, was actually in Korea. So it was all the way on the other side of the world, and I actually built my business here in America, which meant I was on opposite time zones, and it was crazy. And I think of that every time someone tells me they don't have enough time, because I had 2 little kids, and I was living on the other side of the world, and my husband was deployed all the time, and I'm like, and I volunteered at my children's school, and I also I was in a Bible study every week. I remember that really vividly about Korea. And so I'm like, if anybody didn't have time, it was me. But here's the thing about time. Time just kind of goes by. So you can fill that time with anything, right? So you can fill that time being busy and doing lots of different activities, or you can spend all of your time laying on the couch and watching TV. It's really up to you how you spend that time. And one of the things I really want to teach you through this course is that there's no right way to spend your time. There's not necessarily me saying, this is never going to be us saying, you can never watch TV again because your girl likes to keep up on the Netflix. But we are going to teach you how to make sure you're doing everything you want to do that day to make sure your business grows. So as long as you have non-negotiable things that you're doing, everybody has the same 24 hours, if you make non-negotiables inside that time limit, 24 hours, you got to sleep, take that off, and then work backwards and figure out what those must-do things are every day, you're going to find out you have way more time than you thought you did. The problem is you're probably procrastinating because you're overwhelmed by all the things you want to get done. Is that what you've noticed?
Yes, I was just going to say that. So I know that we have talked about this and we've all experienced this, where you sit down and you have a stretch of 15, 20 minutes, but you're so paralyzed because you have too many things to do, you're not sure where to start, and you've gotten so many different pieces of advice about what to do to be successful that you just kind of freeze. I know when I am exhausted, my creativity goes out the window and I start to overthink things. And so even though I might have 15, 20 minutes that I could use to do very, very purposeful work in my business, because it doesn't actually take that long to do some of the simple things, you end up overthinking things for 10, 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden your free time is done, right?
You gotta walk out the door.
Yeah, you're
done.
You
have to be picked up,
So what we know is for sure that most people who are trying to be successful in a home-based business, in social selling, hell, in affiliate marketing, people are just focused on the wrong things, right? You need a very specific list of things to do. Now, here's the other problem though. I have been around enough, we'll just say that, and I've heard enough leaders coaching you on what to do to know that 95% of that is all nonsense, right? Because what do they tell you to do? They tell you to make a list. They tell you to call them all, or spend time messaging people.
They don't want to be messaged.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that your upline is telling you to do is just not good advice. Or they'll say, post on social media. Okay, but what? What am I posting? What is that leading to? How is that getting to sales, right? A lot of people have trouble linking that. And what we want to do is not only coach you through that, but give you some very specific things that you need to do every single day that will lead to people reaching out and showing interest in either your business or your products. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm like, where do we go?
Most people are, it says some people are not willing to do the work. Y'all, I think it's most people. Like, honestly, when people say that network marketing is like no one succeeds, everyone fails, and all of that kind of nonsense, and I look around at the people that I'm friends with in network marketing, like, we're not in the same room, y'all. Like, I look around at the people that I've met in network marketing, I'm like, oh, this crap works, right? The difference between getting in that room and the room that a lot of people get stuck in is, what are you doing with your time? Are you actually willing to put in the work, or are you signing up for a get rich quick scheme? Yeah. And that's where it's like the whole pyramid scheme and all of that, because that's what that would be. Like, yeah. But if you are willing to do what it takes to own your own business, and I always use a donut shop as an example, because, and people think I'm nuts, but I'm like, think about if you owned a real donut shop. Like, you have to be there really freaking early in the morning, right? Like, you have to be like, people who own if you are a donut shop owner, like, kudos, because that's some dedication. Like, you got to get up really early and all of that. So I always say, if you had a donut shop, would you, like, do this stuff? Like, would you work this? Are you working like you have a donut shop? And most people are not. They're like, I passively post on social media when my company has to sell, and then I get really frustrated that no one wants to buy. So yeah. A lot of people, and you know, this is a little like pinch, like a little tiny pinch. A lot of people aren't willing to do the work, but maybe willing is the wrong word. Maybe they just don't know. Exactly right.
So I think a lot of people start out willing, but then when they don't see results, then that turns into like, well, I put in work before and it didn't really turn out into anything. So why am I going to do the work now? And I don't really know what to post, and I don't really know what to do. So, and then it just kind of fades. And that's where you get, you know, 95% of people slacking off and not really treating this like a business, et cetera, et cetera. I love your analogy about the donut shop. One of the things that I always talk about is when people are like, oh, you know, how come people don't succeed, or, you know, how come the failure rate is so high in network marketing? I'm like, well, it's not any different than real estate or insurance or anything else where you are your own boss. My family has been in real estate for 40 years, and I can't tell you how many people, in fact, some of you may have your real estate license because you got it thinking that like, oh, I'll do it.
It'll be easy.
Yeah, exactly right. I'll just make all these big sales and it'll be great. Selling sunset, I can do that. And then all of a sudden people realize, yeah, so I can do all this. But like, then people realize that it's just like network marketing, where you have a list of things that you need to do. You need to create interest. You need to get out in front of people's eyeballs. The good thing is that network marketing is a hell of a lot easier. Hell of a lot easier than real estate, and you don't need to leave your own house. So we're gonna go through some stuff, but I do think that like ultimately at the end of the day, if people aren't seeing results, they're gonna stop doing the work, right? And Absolutely. You might have experienced this if you're listening to this, but we're gonna give you some tips. Do you have any tips, Charles, for people who come to you that say, I don't have enough time to do my business?
I say we got to go back to the beginning and say, how many conversations are we having? How much networking are you doing? What are you spending your time with? Let's give me a full day of what you do all day long. And a lot of the times they're putting a lot of time in things that don't matter. Like they're putting time into like building the perfect website.
Oh, God.
Or like, what else do people do?
Worrying about how many hashtags are going on your Instagram.
Oh my gosh, my favorite. What should be my Instagram bio? Like, people spend like 7 days on like, I mean, I've fallen into this trap before too, but like, I mean, honestly, when was the last time you went and looked at someone's Instagram bio? Like, except your own, right? Like, people fall into spending a lot of time on stuff that's not
just going
to do anything.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think that's super important. I think one of the things that we want to just impress upon you is that if you are willing to do the work, which if you're here watching this, or if you're listening to this podcast, or if you're listening to this on YouTube, you're willing to do the work because you're obviously putting in time to learn. So if you're willing to do that, then it's just a matter of figuring out what are the things that are going to get you involved and exposed to new people, and then starting conversations. Yeah. Those are the two most important things, what Chelsea was just talking about. Are you having conversations? Well, so many people are not having conversations because they don't know how to generate interest and actually be human and have conversations that are natural.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that we find, and I'm kind of going on a tangent here, so I'll stop. But like, if your upline has ever given you a list of topics to post about, or copy and paste social media prompts or things like that, that like aren't your personality or aren't things that you would naturally say, those are never going to generate buzz for you. So we're going to teach you how to post things that are genuine, like that are you, how to be yourself and actually create interest off of that.
And our company does give you those. And so what we teach our team is how to rewrite those, because it's great to have a jumping off point. So if your company or upline gives you that, we're not trying to say that that's a bad thing, but if you're copying and pasting someone else's voice and then wondering why people are not connecting with you and trying to figure out the real you, that's why, 'cause it's not you. You've posted in years on Instagram if you're like just copying other people's stuff. So are you posting your real voice? Are you being authentic? We want to help you with that.
Yeah. So under the topic of I don't have enough time, Chelsea already told you her story. She's raising 2 little kids. She was in Korea trying to recruit a team in the United States. Like, I don't know how many hours difference that is.
A whole day.
A whole day.
12 hours.
Like the Twilight Zone. You
Like,
lived in the
It
future.
was nighttime there. Yeah. It was the next night there and daytime back at home.
That's insane. That's insane.
Anyway.
She ran a whole team doing that. I don't know how she did it. I built my business at night after working like 18-hour days in the Pentagon. I'd come home absolutely exhausted and spend an hour at night and build my business. And look, guys, I didn't have any experience doing this. I had to figure it out, but I was so motivated. I figured it out. I made all the mistakes. Trust me. If there's a mistake to be had, I have made it. If there's something to be screwed up, I have done it.
So you're telling me that the people who tell me that they can't do network marketing because they have a full-time job are wrong? I'm just wanted to call that out. Because I get that a lot. Like, I have a full-time job, so I can't do this.
The people that have a full-time job are the ones that need it the most. Because otherwise you're going to be in that job forever. At least that's the way I
So
thought
like
about
you
it.
can add an hour to your day every day and then eventually
Exactly
not
right.
have to.
Give me an hour. And most of you are like, I've got toddlers. I don't have an hour. Doesn't have to be all at once.
But sure you do at 9 o'clock at night. If your toddler's not in bed at 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to start another course.
You refer to parenting. No. There are ways to do it without losing your mind. Is it going to be sacrifice?
Yeah.
100%.
As I say, no one's going to tell.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to tell you this will be easy or that you won't be tired. And we're not going to tell you that there's going to be at least one night a month, maybe quarterly, depends on the person, that you're going to have an absolute shit fit and cry. It just is. Like, you gotta go in knowing that, right? You're owning your own business, and I think that we underestimate that a lot. I think people are scared to tell you that. Like, literally scared to tell you that because you won't get started. But there's some of you out there that are like, I don't care. Like, I will take a night a month and ball in the bathtub. It's actually kind of fabulous in a release. But, you know, like, there are people out there that will tear down the wall for this opportunity. And if you are that person, it can be done. We can help you change your life and change the way you view the entire world. Like, look, she's not doing the 18-hour days anymore. What did you do today?
It is Monday at 4 p.m. and I've had the whole day to do whatever I want.
You walk the dogs.
I walked the dogs. I worked out. All my normal
You
stuff.
want slow mornings? Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I love slow mornings. Like, I really hate having to be up and ready and doing something every single day. Like, I love to enjoy my coffee. That's the life I live now. But it wasn't always like that, right? Like, you gotta fight for it. Anything that is worth it, you gotta figure out, you gotta fight for it at some point. So we don't want you to think that this is a get-rich-quick scheme or something that you're not gonna have to invest time in, because you're absolutely going to have to do that. If you have a full-time job, there might be some nights that you're like staying up later than you want, but you have to remember you're doing that as an investment into your future.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just thought of another bonus though. I haven't even told Chelsea this. I just thought of a bonus to give you guys. I'm just going to leave it at that. I have a format of like basically a really cool way to check off all the things that I have to do every day. I'll just tease you.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I want that too.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm thinking about things to give you.
Yep.
Okay, so, but on that, here's the deal. So we've personally done this ourselves and seen success. one person living halfway across the world, I don't know, in the future, in some time warp, me in a time warp because I was stuck in the Pentagon all day for like 18 hours a day, and we figured out how to do it.
Oh, wait, before you go further with that.
Yeah.
Because I know about you people that like work in Pentagons and like top secret places, because my husband did this. So if you're somebody out there that's like, I don't know how to use my phone, or I don't know how to I've not been up on my socials, she probably couldn't be on her phone at the Pentagon the 18 hours a day. So, literally, if you have a but I, between the two of us, we can tell you.
Yeah.
I promise.
No, I had to lock my phone in a little, radio frequency blocker locker thing, and I couldn't do it. So I'd come out at pitch black, at 7 o'clock at night or whatever, getting on my little bicycle to bicycle home from the Pentagon, and my phone would just be like, notification, ding, 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 and then I would spend all night replying to people. So
we've got you covered. If
we
you
got
have a butt.
Yeah, we got you.
If you have a physical butt and a hypothetical butt,
we got you either way. But here's the thing, we're not here to shame anyone. We're saying that if you're motivated to build your business, then we want to help you. That's really what it comes down to. We don't want to work with people that don't want to build a business, right? But if you're motivated, we're the girls for you. Here's what we want to do. We want to be your coaches, your virtual and real life coaches. We have put together and are in the process of creating the most amazing tool for you, and we launch this tomorrow. It is called the Maven Network Marketing Academy.
The Academy, y'all.
So excited.
So real.
So here's what we're doing is we are recording modules for you to walk you through every conceivable problem that you will run into in your network marketing business. Everything from I don't have enough time to the market is too saturated to I don't know how to talk to customers to I don't have enough people. All the things that you might struggle with, all those things that you might struggle with, we are going to put together a module to coach you through that problem. And here's the best thing about it. It's going to be an audio module on your phone in a private feed just for you.
It'll be in your pocket. Do it.
I know, we're like, this is us in your pocket right now. So what happens is, let's say you come home from work one day, or you just had a hellacious day and you're frustrated that you don't have enough time to build your business. You pull out your phone and you go to the module that talks about not having enough time in your business, and we're going to coach you through what needs to be done, right? We're going to coach you through mindset stuff. We're going to talk to you about specifically what to do when you're stuck, and then give you some encouragement. And our goal is that this is like us being your coaches on demand. How does that sound, right? I know, I'm seeing some comments about it. I'm so excited. I'm in. Yeah, it's really exciting because here's the deal. And we've told this story before, when I first started network marketing and I got stuck, I didn't know who to turn to. There weren't a lot of coaches, there weren't a lot of people that I could turn to, and I didn't know what to do. So I literally got on a plane. This is just a few weeks after I started network marketing. I got on a plane and went to a training in Florida, paid for a hotel, paid for a ticket, blah, 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 just to try to get some knowledge because I was so desperate, because I didn't know how to solve my problems. And then, because that didn't solve all of my problems, because that was just like a 3-day fix, then I entered a mastermind so that I could have a coach to reach out to and have someone to coach me through these problems. Guess how much that cost?
It was a lot, right?
$22,000. $22,000.
That hurts.
Our course will not be $22,000, guys.
But also there's this thing of you can go to those things, and we all do, we all in this profession go to the thing, your company's convention, the quarterly conference, whatever. You go, you get pumped up, and then you get home on Monday and you are tired and you wake up a little late, a little bit of a convention hangover, and you're like, well, what do I do now? I know I had a bunch of plans, but I have no idea. And so you open your notes and they're so overwhelming, and you're like, I wrote a book and I don't know where to start.
You got a lot of motivation but no action.
So that's where we are. Then you're gonna pull us out of your pocket, right? It's Monday morning, pull us out of your pocket.
Yeah. And you go to the chapter that correlates to whatever you're struggling with at the time. Now, if you want, you can listen to it all the way through, by all means. But here's the thing that we wanted. We understand that you're busy. So back to the topic of you don't have enough time. Nobody has time anymore to sit down and watch 17 video modules to find an answer to anything, right?
This whole course will be, if you want to do it piece by piece, you're not going to miss out. In fact, that's why it was designed the way it was. So if you're like, I don't want to buy another book that I have to read all the way through and not know what to do until after, because that's the convention thing, right? You read the whole book, you're so excited the entire time, and then you get done with the book and you're like, what do I do now? Like, where do I go?
Great.
So we designed this so that you didn't have to do that.
So here's what you need to do. You need to get on the wait list, mavenwaitlist.com. Even if you're already on one of our email lists, go to mavenwaitlist.com, put your name in there. That will tag you. And tomorrow morning, Tuesday, at some point tomorrow morning, you will get an email from us telling us that the cart is open for waitlist people only. And people who are on that wait list are going to get a special price. Number one, it will be 30% off. Very, very, very affordable. We also have payment plans, and the price will go up a week after. So we're giving you like a week, no pressure. We're not into like crazy high pressure sales because that's not our vibe, but we want you to have a tool that you can use. And when you purchase,
Like when you do that, you guys.
I'm so excited.
I need to know what you want me to say.
She can't read my mind. What? And when you sign up, if you sign up from the wait list, we are going to put you in a group where we are going to be doing some live coaching, because we're going to be dripping these modules out. We're going to be dripping these modules out, right? So when you purchase it, it's not all going to be done right away. As we release these modules for you, we're going to be giving you some free coaching. Free coaching. Guys, I charge, in fact, some of you on here have paid for my free coaching. We charge $497 an hour for coaching, right? And people pay that all the time.
And you would have to pay both of us.
And you'd have to pay both of us. So like, that's a little bit of money. So we're going to give you some free coaching opportunities as we go through this as a thank you. Just number one, for being there, but then also because we want you to walk away going, oh my God, that was the best deal ever. I would buy that even if the price was 10 times that. We just want to over-deliver.
Yeah. Does it cost money to go on the wait list?
It does not. No.
So you could just, like, if you go on the wait list, say you go on the wait list and it's not for you, did you lose anything?
No.
No, just, maybe you get a motivational email every so often from us.
That's it.
That's
So,
it.
Go to mavenwaitlist.com. Yeah, I see some excitement for live coaching. Yay, free. So that's it, guys. We're here to help. We created this because we knew, well, Chelsea wrote the book that this is all based off of. So she's the genius that started this idea.
Maven, but then you came along and we
complement each other.
It's really, because she's the very regimented.
I'm the planner. She's,
professional
yeah.
To my, so it's going to be a good time. And she's going to make sure that we hit all the things that we need
It's
to
going to be great. Yeah, if you've ever worked with me before, you know I like to over-deliver. Chelsea likes to over-deliver, so we're going to give you lots of value. And we want to make sure that, you know, maybe you've been a fan of mine for a while and you don't know Chelsea, or maybe you followed Chelsea for a while and you don't know me. You're going to get more, double the coaching, double the perspective, and a lot of good stuff to walk you through.
We vouch for each other, so. Mm-hmm.
She's real.
She's real. Feel it.
Okay, guys, we're going to take off. Thank you for being here. I see some of you are tagging others in the comments. If there's someone who you know could use this, who needs to get on the wait list, tag them here in this video, send this podcast to them, whatever you want to do. We are here to support you. We're still going to be doing a couple live trainings here over video, just like this, over the course of the launch. But if you have any questions, just reach out to us, and we are excited to see some of you guys join our program starting tomorrow.
Yay! Can't believe it's time.
It's coming.
Yay!
Okay, I'll see you guys inside. Bye.